So, can you be practical and believe in the law of attraction? Let's see what you have to say. Comment below. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Kim, aka GlamPowered, and this channel is about a whole bunch of things, but the main premise is definitely personal growth and development and enrichment. And today I want to talk about a law of attraction topic that, I just wanted to chat about. This is a chat with me video, my first chat with me video. And the question is, can you believe in the law of attraction and be practical? I think for a lot of people who consider themselves to be perhaps more linear thinkers, analytical thinkers, is that the law of attraction isn't practical or it isn't real. And then for people in the law of attraction camp, a lot of them think that practicality maybe limits their beliefs and their ability to manifest. Let's talk about that a little bit. So I have my notes, and I'm going to give you some practical tips, suggestions, things, tools that you can use. Stay tuned to the end of this video because I will also have a journaling prompt for you as well. I like to make things a little bit more tangible and actionable. I think having discussions is great, but I also think adding a little bit more value and giving you actual tools that you can use to deepen the conversation for yourself, your internal conversation, is important. So let's get into it. So, first, I want to share my favorite Martin Luther King quote, which is, "Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step." We're going to talk about that. Faith is definitely something that is related to this topic and this question, and that quote is about faith. So we'll talk about that. I have talking points. I'm just going to go through them. The first one being the concept of remaining grounded while practicing, which lends itself to practicality. Let's talk about the benefits of that. And I want to talk about doing it energetically versus practically, which is mindset. All right. So first, grounded. So you can energetically ground by earthing. So earthing is essentially taking your bare hands, your bare feet, and putting them on the earth. This could be in the grass, for example. This could be if you're near a beach on the sand, but you're using the earth energy, right, to ground energetically. We forget that we are connected to this earth vibrationally, just like the animals. You see, they don't wear any shoes, right? Bears don't wear shoes. Lions and tigers don't wear shoes. Oh my, right? We cut ourselves off from that vibration. So it's about doing that and connecting in that way. I want to say we're in 2020. So in 2018, and part of 2019, I did a lot. I returned to that. I did a lot of that. And that was a great way for me to support my energy body. I was able to strengthen and align my energy body, which ultimately, from the pragmatic side of things, helped me to reorganize and restructure my life, right? As within, so without, stuff started going better for me, but it was a process. It took a long time, but it definitely helped. So you can ground vibrationally by practicing earthing. Google it, look it up. The other thing that you can do is, if you're going to do this from the vibrational standpoint, work on your root chakra. Okay, the root, like the root of a tree. Okay, you can do sleep meditation. I am still on doing an intensive root chakra sleep meditation. I've been doing it for several months now, and I will be doing that throughout this year. Because it was severely compromised, which is a part of the reason why things weren't manifesting for me. Now let's get into the practical side of things, okay? So with this remaining grounded, I do believe that you need a little bit of both. That's my answer to the general question for this theme. I think a combination of both is warranted and necessary. Now, in terms of your thoughts and remaining grounded, I definitely do believe think big, but you also need to be, here goes this word that maybe some people in the law of attraction camp don't like. You need to be realistic. Okay. I'm not going to create affirmations, for example, that basically I'm not going to say or use EFT to tap, I'm a millionaire. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not there yet. I'm gonna take some stair steps though. I am manifesting an online income of at least $4,000 a month. I am manifesting an online income of at least $10,000 a month. Take a gradual approach to that million. I now am at a point for myself personally where I have my roadmap and I see how to get to the million. I didn't have that before. And I have a plan to do that. I didn't have that before. But I'm taking stair steps incrementally to get there. That's the practical part of it. That's the grounded, pragmatic thinking that's happening. And I'm continuing to work on my root chakra. You see how all of these things come together and marry to create a nice reality. You know, my bank account was not looking like my bestest friend. Now it's a lot healthier and happier, and I feel so much better. I don't have that latent financial stress or anxiety. I'm not saying no to myself anymore. It's a, how can I do this? And when can I do this? When is it going to be practical for me to do this? And if I don't know the answer, I allow for it to come to me, those financial questions, or, how am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for that? My whole discourse has changed, and I'm doing everything that I want to do now, which is what people talk about in terms of the law of attraction, right? Just being able to be your own genie, your wish is your command, right? So it's happening. But like I just said, it's a combination of both that's happening with how I'm thinking and my mental approach to it, my psychological approach to it, and the energy work that I'm doing. So definitely go for earthing and grounding if you want to ground energetically and be grounded and practical energetically, and also work on your root chakra. Okay. Now, let's talk about the benefits and value of being honest. A lot of people, I think that it's not a conscious dishonesty that happens, but it is a dishonesty that happens. This is a form of energy block to me, a type of energy block. A lot of people just aren't honest about where they're at. You need to be. I think that it can be scary and frightening, which is why people tend to lie to themselves. And I'm gonna just call it what it is. You lie to yourself. Oh, I'm really doing better than I actually am, or I can do this, or I can do that. Don't BS yourself. Be honest. If you're not there yet, then you're not there yet. And instead of, and it's not about attacking or beating yourself up, but be honest and then break down how to get there. That's actually going to get you there versus you believing a lie in your head and manifesting this pattern of buffering. Okay. That right there is more practical. Okay. But what I just said, if you reorient it, it will allow you to accomplish the dream. Okay. So I wanted to touch on that as well. Faith as a step-by-step process versus being this comprehensive process. And this goes back to that MLK quote that I said at the beginning. I do believe that sometimes it can get a bit disheartening if you're practicing the law of attraction, because you just have this overall comprehensive approach to faith, right? Oh, it's going to work. It's going to work. But then when you get down to the minutia of it, it can get draining. So I want you to kind of pull back your lens a bit and look at it from a step-by-step perspective instead. Take each step and check in with yourself. How am I doing here? What is my level of belief about for this particular portion of it? I think that makes it a lot more accessible, and that makes your manifestations just easier to manage on a day-to-day basis. Okay. So I wanted to touch on that as well. Let me know what you do in the comments below to manage the day-to-day aspects of the law of attraction, which I also don't think get discussed a lot. Or maybe people in the mindset personal growth and development camp, they talk about it, but they don't talk about it with this kind of spiritual, intuitive lens, right? Once again, just marrying and blending the two concepts and worlds together. Okay. the importance of consciousness and being present. So consciousness and being present and meditating and all that, it's so important in terms of allowing you to keep the faith and also be practical. When you're conscious of what's happening and how it's happening, the results that you're getting, then you're able to make more aligned decisions, which ultimately allows you to manifest. I like to use the analogy of Ali. I love that movie. You guys know Ali from the Disney movie about the robot who, after everyone left Earth and went off planet for a bit, he was left in task with cleaning up everything. Right, this robot. Everybody on those ships in that movie are just overweight and just completely disconnected from consciousness. They're just not conscious. It was basically a metaphor of how we are in real life, many of us. Um, I think it's important to remain present. Get up every day and do a check in with yourself. You can write it down. What are my intentions for the day? Do that every day. I'm Buddhist. I chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. The gift of presence is what I've gotten from that practice. It's one of the things that I've gotten. So it forces me to consciously be like, okay, what's up for today? In my spirit, it's like a spiritual check-in for me. So do that every day and you'll gradually start to refine your own process. And you don't have to be so reliant on other people too. You'll start to rely on yourself in terms of your own guidance and connect to your higher self in that way. I think that's a great way to do it. If you keep checking in with yourself like that, you'll lead yourself and chart your own path. And that's a secret too. There is no one right way to do it. I think that everyone's way or path is a little different, but I do think it's great to listen to other people to get perspective and ideas on how you can accomplish it. Okay. I want to get into giving you some tips too. The first thing, a tool I should say that I wanted to give you was a scrub. I recently started using this particular salt scrub, which is just time is used for courage, okay, which is a type of confidence. It's also used for protection. Rub sage and white sea salt. It is great. I have been loving my own vibration, and I can't say that I loved my energy before, but oh my God, I just feel so comfortable. Like, oh my God, this is a type of vibrational self acceptance that I'm experiencing for the first time. And I'm noticing how the lesson loves, because I'm not going to get into my whole story and patterns and all that stuff, but I will say that I've had a very, very, very heavy amount of lesson love vibration and basically evil eye energy directed at me. And I'm starting to see that basically or virtually go away. But I had to realize that I had to work on the energetic component of things to get that stuff to stop happening. And get those experiences to stop repeating on a regular basis. So it's just been really great to be able to walk outside and like go to a restaurant, go to a shop, and not have people make rude comments. Okay, that's one of the things that I've had happen repeatedly. So I'm grateful for that. But I can feel the energy of self-acceptance and confidence within myself now. And I won't say that I wasn't consciously confident before, but something was going on in my vibration that was really affecting me. Okay. And it was manifesting. So I'm glad that that is clear. So that salt scrub really helps with that. And what else? Okay, so yeah, I'm totally adding this clip into the video. I wanted to talk about confidence a moment more. So I mentioned the scrub that you can use to help develop courage, confidence, the salt scrub. I wanted to say that confidence helps you remain grounded, which is something that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Because when you know what you're doing, that is what grounding is. It's knowing what you're doing. Okay. There are different layers and levels of confidence, but I do think that you need to cultivate confidence in order to use the law of attraction and also make practical, logical decisions. So there goes the remarrying of those concepts again. Hello? I just wanted to make sure that I included that in this video. Do you hear me? All right, loves. Yeah, I think that's it. I just went through all my notes here. So comment below. Let me know what you think. The question is, can you be practical and believe in the law of attraction? What do you think? Let me know what you think below. And if you let me know why, yes or no, and why. Also, be sure to comment with a star emoji. Let me know that you watched this video. And before we end, of course, I want to give you the prompt. I'm going to actually make a prompt, which will be linked in my Facebook page. I'll link it below for you guys. I'm going to make an actual printable for this. But the prompt is basically create an inventory of yourself. And this is not meant to attack. It's about getting clear and pinpointing what you want to develop. So it's basically going to be a this is what I'm happy with. This is what I want to improve. Okay. And then how am I going to improve it? I'm going to look for some other questions and try to think of some other questions about confidence, because I do think that confidence is related to this whole topic. It's an underlying theme that needs to be explored and developed as well. Because if you are unconsciously or subconsciously lacking in confidence, then that's going to block you. You know, that creates the blocks and that buffering pattern that I mentioned. That's one of the things. And I want you to free yourself of that so that you can start getting results with this. That's it for this chat with me video. I'm sure there'll be more. I don't really have any other topics at the moment. I kind of do, actually. I have a whole series that I want to do, but I need to develop them. But anyways, that's it. Make sure to comment, and let me know what you think. Like this video, subscribe, at least comment with the star emoji. Let me know you watched it. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.